Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Valerie Teitel as we kick off another very busy earnings week. Valerie, we're just getting results crossing the Bloomberg terminal on Verizon Communications and a red headline, a bit of a modest lift to the full year guidance. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Nathan. Yes, a modest lift to the share prices as well in pre-market. Verizon trading 1% higher just after these results. They have narrowed their range for full-year adjusted EPS from 1% to 3%. Previously, they had seen 0% to 3%. They also increased their free cash flow. This is something to watch with the other major wireless carriers. They're expected to increase free cash flow as a result of President Trump's tax bill, fueling perhaps a period of increased investment. So we're seeing that with the Verizon results today. I'm also keen to watch for subscriber numbers, but they have not hit yet. Analysts do expect them to be boosted by a promotional campaign that Verizon has launched in the spring. We'll bring those to you when they cross the wire. But Verizon is rising even further on the back of this report, up nearly 2% so far in pre-market trade.
Yeah, it's also a pretty busy week when it comes to overseas earnings as well, though I guess we could call Stellantis a domestic company as well, one of the big three automakers. Disappointment when it comes to Stellantis.
Yeah, they released their preliminary first half results this morning, and it was a disappointment. They have now posted a first half loss of $2.7 billion, Nathan. The analysts had expected to see a small profit of around $25 million, so this was a surprise. Shares have fallen around 1.5% so far. For the maker of Jeeps and Fiat, this all comes as the new CEO of Stellantis, who's been in his seat for just a month, tallies the cost of the trade war and scraps investments in electric and hydrogen vehicles. So there was some impairment costs, some write-downs that had to do with that charge. They also tallied a roughly 300 million euro hit from U.S. tariffs, and they saw a steep drop in shipments to North America. Nathan, they fell by 25% in the second quarter. Shipments globally also fell by 6%. The company still has not issued new financial guidance for this year, but we might get that next Tuesday when they release their full results. So Stellantis suffering on the back of this update, down 1.4%.
And we did hear from another, I guess, pretty big company when it comes to Domino's Pizza. Hard to resist saying that the earnings delivered for investors.
Yes, they did. The stock is up over 5%. So I would say Domino's did deliver on their earnings. Their second quarter revenue met estimates, and there was a decent growth in their sales number. Their same store sales improved 3.4% domestically and 2.4% in international markets. So some decently spread growth between the U.S. and their international markets. It does mark a comeback for Domino's. The first half of the year saw a 0.5% year-over-year decline in sales. So I guess, Domino's is delivering even more now. I'm looking. They're up now 6.2% on the back of these earnings.
Okay. But even more delivery, I guess we could say, Block is one of the biggest upside movers this morning.
Yeah, they're surging nearly 10%, up 9.5%. This comes on the back of Block being included in the S&P 500 after Hess has now been delisted. If you remember, on Friday, Hess was finally acquired by Chevron after 2 years of legal drama. And with Hess delivered, it opens up for Block to take its place. This is the owner of Cash App and Square. It looks like is seemingly benefiting quite a decent amount this morning from that passive bid that will be into the stock once it's included in the S&P 500 as of Wednesday. So Block is rising 9.5% this morning.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.